Awesome. Okay, so this is where Ecker sort of starts to talk about the insane power of declarations. And declarations are literally huge. Like on the tower of things, they are at the top. They're at the peak. They're huge. And we're gonna talk a little bit about sort of the seminar here, just because it sort of interweaves into it. And like I said, I've been to it. It's literally so powerful. I don't want to spoil some of the things for you, because like if I do, they won't have the same impact if you do go there. But it's, oh my god, so good. So he talks about this idea, like the key to really any kind of learning is involvement, right? And as soon as you have involvement, you start to have success. And so that's why as I teach you guys about assets, like you're gonna start to invest in assets, and you're gonna start to create some real savings. You're gonna start to create wealth. You're gonna start to see your money multiply with the investments that you're making, which is really powerful. Now, for obviously this is a little bit more mental, so this is a little bit more difficult to physically equate to. But what he uses and what they use is it's called declarations, and it's really powerful, because you know what you hear sometimes you might forget, and what you see sometimes you remember, and what you do you understand. And that's the big shift here. And that's why this is called the implementation coaching program. It's because you have to implement to remember, you have to implement to apply and to grow. And so Ecker says he's not going to ask, you know, that he says, look, every time you get to the end of a major principle in this book, put your hand on your heart and you make a verbal declaration. You touch your head with your index finger. You make another verbal declaration. And the declaration is simply a positive, this is key, I'll put this in green, it's important. It's a positive statement said aloud, empathetically. And these declarations are so valuable because everything that is made out of one thing, and that is energy. And all energy travels in frequencies and vibrations. And therefore, every single declaration you make carries its own vibrational frequency. And when you state a declaration aloud, its energy vibrates throughout the cells of your body. And by touching your body at the same time, you can feel its unique resonance. These declarations not only send a specific message out to the universe, right? But they also send a message to you. Universe send a message to you. They send a message to your subconscious. They send a message to the mind. The difference between declaration and affirmation is very slight, but in the mind it's extraordinarily powerful. Because the definition of an affirmation is a positive statement asserting that a goal you wish to achieve is already happening. The definition of a declaration is to state an official intention to undertake a declared particular course of action or adopt a particular status. An affirmation states that a goal is already happening. We have to affirm something that's not real yet, and sometimes you can think it's not true. Now this is a little bit interesting. It's a little bit of interesting interpretation here that I kind of go against a little. I go against a lot. Because if you tell yourself something over and over and over again, it becomes a reality. I'll give you as a great example. My old cross-country coach, he'd wake up every single morning, he'd look in the mirror, and he would say, I look great today. I look phenomenal. I look awesome today. And I am super happy with my body. Then he would go off on his day. And what happens is, like, even if you tell yourself something that might not be like the most truthful thing, you tell it over and over and over again, you lie to yourself over and over and over and over again, eventually it becomes a reality. Because what you're doing is you're putting yourself up on a pedestal, you're giving yourself an image to look up to, and you're fulfilling that image. You're fulfilling that growth. You're fulfilling that development. And that's sort of the core and the key here is you kind of want to always push yourself in the direction that you want to go to. No matter if you're there or not, it's really important to say, like, you will see, you are success, money. It all comes only after you have conviction and belief, like we talked about earlier. Only after you have commitment to the idea that it will become a reality. And so that's kind of the key. And what's cool is, on the other hand, like a declaration, it's not saying something that's true, it's stating that we have an intention. So that's another thing too, is to focus on intention, doing or being something. And it's a position, is a little voice that can buy, because we're not saying the truth right now, but again, it's an intention for us in the future. A declaration by definition is also official. It is formal statement of energy that goes in the universe and throughout your body. And what's cool, another word for this definition is important. It's the action. Because you must take all the actions necessary to make your intentions a reality. And so it's really critical that you state your declarations aloud each morning, each evening, because doing your declarations while looking in the mirror will accelerate the process even more. And we're going to look at some of the declarations that come from the Millionaire Mind But again, this also applies really, like, this is like word for word straight out of the Think and Grow Rich Masterclass with your secret formula. Now, what's cool is, Eckhart says that he has to admit that when he first heard all this, he thought it was crazy, and the declaration stuff was berserk, but he decided, why the heck not? Because it couldn't hurt. So he started doing them. And now he's so rich that it shouldn't come as a big surprise that he believes the declarations work, because they're just freaking golden. And so either way, it's really, really critical. Like, he'd rather be a silly rich guy than a really cool broke person. And I think that's a great mindset to establish. And so what's going to happen is throughout this book, there are going to be declarations. What I want to do is, obviously we're going to say declaration. Like, the first declaration we have here is, my inner world creates my outer world. I have a millionaire mind. You're going to hear this over and over and over again. It's really critical that you take a moment to, like, pause and say, my inner world creates my outer world. I have a millionaire mind. Because it's so critical to have this belief, and this conviction. It comes from these declarations, right? And so what I want to do in this module is I want to give you some of, like, the top declarations you can apply, like, right now, and they should continue to apply throughout this course of these modules over and over and over again. Put your hand on your heart and then yell it aloud. These come from the seminar, right? And it's so powerful. Going through this, we went through this list probably 20, 25, 30 times over the course of the seminar, because it's freaking game changer, right? So I'm going to list some of the core declarations here, and I want you to come back to them over and over and over again. I want you to go through them right now, hand on your heart, screaming aloud all these declarations, because they are so powerful. Remember, these are Eckhart's declarations. They come from his book. They come from his seminars. So please go support him. Definitely check this out. And his seminars are amazing. There's gonna be more information on that at the end. But all I have to do is, like, Google stuff. It's not that tough. But I will definitely share with you specific. So we start out here with, like, my inner world, and this is critical because this is what we just talked about. And we're gonna see this so much more. My inner world creates my outer world, and this is massive. Because it shows you that you have control over your life, that you have control over the actions that lead to the results you get. And as soon as you know that you have control, you can say, I have a millionaire, because it all comes down to your mind. And that mind creates the reality. Now here's some more declarations that are absolutely critical. And these are what he calls, like, attitudes of wealth for winning the mind game. And they're literally massive. The first one is, I create my life. I create the exact amount of my financial success. Again, it's the idea that you want to have a set amount of money you desire. Now, really critical as we go through these, that you take a minute, you pause, put your hand on your heart, say, I create my life. I create the exact amount of my financial desire. So put your hand on your heart as you read this, and then over and over again, what you want to say after all of these, with your hand on your head, is, I have a millionaire mind. So you go through the declaration, and then I have a millionaire mind. So the next one is, I play the money game to win, not to be average, not to be Joe Schmo. I play the money game to win. My intention is to create wealth and abundance. So look, I don't care if you're on the subway, I don't care if you're on a train, I don't care if you're watching this on your phone. Hand on your heart, I play the money game to win. My intention is to create wealth and abundance. I have a millionaire mind. Over and over again. I admire and model rich and successful people. I have a millionaire mind. And we're gonna get, a lot of these are a little bit deeper, a lot of these are a little more complex. Again, we've got a lot more to go through here, but understand that there's a lot of really core foundational concepts here that we're gonna dive a lot deeper to as we go deeper and deeper into the secrets of the millionaire mind. But there's a lot of stuff that's really crazy. A lot of people, like, literally get upset when they see rich people, which is crazy because they associate negative emotions with high amounts of money, and therefore they try to not have high amounts of money because they don't want to have negative emotions. That concept right there, like, rewind and listen to that again, is literally so huge, and it's what stops a lot of people from actually creating the results that they want, because in their mind they think that, oh, this is a bad thing if I get this, which is awful. Please understand that and apply that. And we'll get deeper and deeper into that as we go on. says, I believe money is important, not something to ignore. If you ignore your spouse, if you ignore someone you care about, they're gonna get pissed off at you. Same thing with money. If you ignore it, it's gonna be like it's not gonna come towards you. Money is freedom, and money makes life more enjoyable. And on your heart, say that. Money is life more enjoyable. I believe money is important. Money is freedom. I have a millionaire mind. I get rich doing what I love. Probably trading, I don't know, like for me, just trade stocks. It's like the coolest thing ever. Doing what I love. I have a millionaire mind. I deserve. You deserve to be rich. Cause you'd value to other people's life. I have a millionaire mind. Here's a really, really big one that we kind of established in the first week. I deserve, and I am a generous giver and an excellent receiver. This one's huge. Again, we'll kind of get deeper into this, and you guys will learn this if you go to one of the seminars. There's an exercise they do that's literally like a game changer, and it kind of shows that a lot of people aren't used to receiving. They aren't used to actually becoming an excellent receiver. And what we do is there's this huge seminar full of tons of people. And everyone walks around. Everyone says, everyone stand up, everyone walk around. And what you have to do is you have to give somebody a really nice compliment and then just walk away, right? So give someone like a super awesome compliment. Say, wow, that's super awesome. You're super nice. And then the objective and what you have to do is you cannot say thank you, or you cannot return the compliment. Or you say thank you, but like you don't say, oh, that's so cool. Like, because what most people do is you get a compliment, you say, oh, I like your shoes. Like, oh, no way, I like your jacket, or something like that. They say, thank you, you're the best ever, thanks. And most people don't ever actually practice being a receiver. And they just give, and they give, and they give, and they give over and over and over again, not used to receiving. And so this was a really interesting mindset shift for me, for a lot of people I know. Because once you realize that like you can be a receiver of others and of the magic of once you realize that you can actually receive from the marketplace, you can receive from your investments, and you don't have to like give back half your profits to the market. Like you can just take in and enjoy the gifts that come to you. It's a huge mental shift. It's a huge game changer because you can give, you can receive, but the critical thing is you're grateful for the things you receive, and you don't immediately feel like you have to return the favor to someone. You don't immediately feel like you're in emotional debt or social debt. Like you just enjoy receiving, and you're an excellent receiver. And this is a tough challenge. Like it might sound weird, but like go up to someone and sort of do this with them, or do it with someone else, and just like give them a compliment, but like ask them not to return the favor, or ask someone to give you a compliment, just don't return the favor. Just look at them and smile, and get used to just receiving, and then get used to just giving, but not expecting anything in return, not getting anything in return, just giving, and then receiving, and just enjoying it, and just being whole, being in the moment, taking in that return, taking in that growth. It's a huge shift from what most people do, which is immediately try to give back and make other people feel equal, or make them feel less, or make them feel like done more work for them. It's not, that's not the goal. It's not the way to go about it. The way to go about it is to just become an excellent receiver, and that'll allow you to receive a lot more money as it starts to come into your life more. Really powerful concept there. After that, say, I am truly grateful for all the money I have right now. I mean, this is huge. Like, this is what you have to invest with. I have millionaire mind, right? Go through. Lucrative opportunities always come my way. I have a millionaire mind. I want you to think about come my way. The most successful people you know, the ones that get the best business opportunities, the ones that get the best investment opportunities, the ones who are always finding the best stocks over and over again. Those are the people that in their mind know that lucrative opportunities always come my way. I have a millionaire mind. Say it. Declare it. Make it a reality. Because at the end of the day, you're not, like, I have never, ever seen somebody who makes a ton of money investing, who goes through their day-to-day life saying that, oh my God, the stock market's awful, and there's terrible stocks, there's nothing good to invest in, and there are no good opportunities. That's bogus. Because you put out vibrational energy of what you speak. And when you speak, there are amazing investment opportunities everywhere. There's an abundance of wealth. The market's amazing. This is a phenomenal time to start investing, start growing, and explode your portfolio. When you vibrate that and you send that out, it's gonna come back to you. Similarly, if you send out negativity, negativity will come back to you. So you have to. It is a 100% requirement that you stick with declaring these positive statements, because they will attract the positive actions you want in your life. And then here's the last one. And this one I think is kind of the coolest one. It says, my capacity to earn, hold, and grow money expands day by day. I have a millionaire mind. Those are the core declarations. Go through them, hand on your heart, say them. I have a millionaire mind. Say them. I have a millionaire mind. Say them. I have a millionaire mind. Over and over and over again. Do not move on until you do it, because it's the core, it's foundation, it's exactly what you need to attract that wealth. You're gonna feel silly, you're gonna look silly, but it's gonna literally change your financial future, because it's gonna get your mindset in the right state. It's gonna get your being in the right state. And it's gonna prime you for some of the secrets in the education that we're about to go through by putting you in an empowered position, in a growth position, where you have a millionaire mind, where you have an attitude of wealth, okay? Don't move forward until you do this. At least 10 times, preferably 20. I don't care how long it takes. Make it happen, okay? That cool? That awesome? Hope you got a ton of value out of this module. Go out there, apply it, absolutely crush it. And I will see you in the next module. Thank you. Bye.